about ready. So let's see who's going to be joining us from Scurry Hard. Is it Squirrelin? Is it Blasey? Is it someone else? Maybe. Oh, it's going to be Blasey.
Blasey again.
The producer just ruined it for me.
Well, that's just sad.
I like the intrigue because I was like expecting Squirrelin yesterday, and then Blasey came on with his money smile.
Squirrelin's
awesome.
sick. It's sad.
I know. And okay. Yes. For those of you who need clarification of what ill might actually mean, he might have some serious health issues. Our first match will be Scurry Hard versus Simple Tank. Our second match, sorry. Let's talk a little bit about what their standings are in the league. What's the status so far, Randall?
So Simple Tankers is 4-2, and then Scurry Hard is 5-1, if I'm correct. Yes.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes, I am correct.
Look at you, Randall.
Yeah.
First time for everything. Just kidding.
Oh. Anyway, if Simple Tankers gets to win this one, where does that put them in the standings?
If Simple Tankers wins this, they're now 5-2, and they guarantee top 3 into Vegas.
So that would be awesome for them because the risk of losing out in the
into the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs.
Well,
and just getting and it also guarantees higher seeding, so you do get to face. You do miss facing against Fulcrum and Simp because they are the highest seeds for their brackets. So highest seed going to probably face the lowest seed from opposite brackets.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Randall. You're right, 2 for 2. All right,
Yes.
so let's go ahead and get ready for our face-off. I'm just playing, man. I'm too hard on you. If anything, I'm wrong more often than not.
It's good. I can be wrong when I want.
We're joined by Junior G99P and Blasey from Scurry Hard. How you doing, Blasey?
Pretty good.
Doing good, man. You should probably pop on online. I want to see that. Yesterday you were smiling, you were all happy, and I was like, oh man, Blasey's got that $1 million banana grin. It was awesome.
I think he was so happy because he was looking at Fulcrum the other day. That was pretty good. I actually kind of want to hear. Can you pull that voice out again for me, Blasey?
Can you follow up?
Which one, the Hulk or the Macho
The
Man?
Hulk Hogan. I like that one. That was good. Let's see it.
What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do, brother?
I don't know, Junior. What you gonna do, man?
Oh, man. I don't have any response that would be appropriate for the. I can't do any voiceovers that would be appropriate for the stream.
I know
think
one
Duke
cartoon
Nukem is okay.
All right, let's go ahead and actually talk about the match a little bit. In a way, Scurry Hard, Blasey, you guys already have qualified for Vegas, so congratulations. How are you guys approaching this match? Is it kind of like, you're going to try to have more fun with it? What are you guys going to bring? Because we've seen you guys bring kind of the same strategies over and over. What's in store for us today?
We might try and mix it up a little bit. I mean, we want to definitely try and guarantee that higher seed, and obviously coming off of Thursday's loss, which we won't get into that, but we kind of got to redeem ourselves after that one. So
definitely looking forward to that. And Junior,
with the eyebrows,
making dancing with left and right brows. Junior, what can we expect out of Simple Tankers?
What's that?
How'd you guys get ready for this match? You guys need to win this if you want to guarantee yourselves a place in Vegas.
Well, we're taking Scurry Hard seriously, so we set up some video sessions and some practices, and we're setting up a lot more than what we usually do, so hopefully it works out for us.
So, what, any tank lineups, anything special for this evening? I know we've seen some new Pershings coming out. We saw a Carnivern just our last match. Anything to break the meta?
Any TOGs?
Yeah, TOG
ISUs?
Huh?
We might have some TOG 2s. That I've heard that works really well on city maps, where we can play corners with those big holes. We can block up the streets, and get a nice cap fast going. Once we roll them across, we hide the T1s behind them. ISUs are always a possibility. 5 ISUs. So,
well, anything is possible with Junior. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for us. Let's go ahead and get the coin toss underway. Simple Tankers, you guys are the higher seed. Junior, what's it going to be?
I will go with Tails.
All right, Tails never fails, except for now.
Time.
So, Blasey, you guys will have the priority and choice.
We might as well go with our tried and true. We'll hit it with the Himmelsdorf.
All right, Himmelsdorf. And Junior, where are you guys going to go? What do you think?
I did not hear that. North?
North.
Yes.
North.
It's
All
and if it's not north, it is now. Just kidding. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good luck in your match today.
Let's go.
All right, welcome to Himmelsdorf in the south side. The selectors of the map, we have Scurry Hard in blue.
In red, Simple Tankers, and they will be bringing 2 5100s and 3 IS-3s.
Okay, so not even going for the T-69.
Interesting. Whereas Scurry Hard will be bringing a T-69 in favor of an IS-3. That is the only difference between the two lineups. Scurry Hard, this is the tried and true lineup, but Simple Tankers bringing an also valid, truly valid lineup. And it looks like Ruthven pushing way up in the beginning is going to go. Wow, he's going to go to the cubby of. Yeah, he's going to go to the cubby of G3, G4. And proxy spot Thorn, Dodoma, and Blasi.
It's very nice, and that's going to be able to give them some good vision for Simple Tankers as they are moving down the western train tracks, kind of like what Clutch was talking about early on. Clutch, what did you make of this whole position so far?
I think the position of Ruth Van Carlisle is perfect to try to scout any type of movement across that G line. Now, if they did try to push themselves further to the south in that K line, they'd expose themselves to more fire from the red team, who's now positioned halfway through the map and now has great map control, cornering their opponents and knowing where their movement is.
And this is interesting. It looks like Dodoma has predicted the movements out of Simple Tankers. He's reverse angling in expectation of Simple Tankers to come around the corner in Foxtrot 3. If you're looking on my screen, we'll take a look and see how Dodoma is reverse angled. He is predicting perfectly the approach from Simple Tankers. He's ready to put out that early damage, and he's reverse angled to bounce any incoming shells. Oh, J-Smooth taking a hit down the way. That is from Rylak. He does return fire, but Rylak does not take any damage in return. Fantastic hull down from Rylak here on the 3 line.
Very nicely done from Scurry Hard. They do like to perch up in this G line defense with some support over in J3. Do have to mention and kind of make a commendation, if anything, that Dodoma, according to Greetorp statistics, has the best survivability rate in all of WGL. So Dodoma knows how to not only help his team win through putting on good amounts of damage, but he also knows how to live in most situations, and it was put on display with his reverse angling. Very well done.
Fantastic. Did you get to catch about his damage outputs in conjunction with his survivability?
It's greater than 0.
It's greater than 0. I just wonder because, you know, some players could live, but...
In the words of Andre, it's greater than 0, it's greater than 1. It's like 10, something like that.
Oh, that's that sounds like a great number, Dan.
There's this awesome moment the other day when Andre was like, oh, it's greater than 8, it's greater than 16, it's 17.
Whoa.
And I just laughed so hard because it's true. It's absolutely true. By the way, we do have statistics later tonight with Greetorp, so he'll be making an appearance, who also is controlling our dedicated camp. So thank you very much, Andre, for making that appearance and making everything look pretty. Meanwhile, we do have kind of a stalling of sorts in this entire development on Himmelsdorf. J-Smooth has taken a little bit of damage. Simple Tankers can't be so anxious to push with the HP disadvantage. And that, with that knowledge as well, Ruthven, even though he's gotten the proxy spots, he's also kind of in an interesting situation where he can't really do too much to help the overall scheme if the brawl starts poking out either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for what's gonna develop. I see we have one J Smooth moving up. He looks like he's planning on joining Ruthven Carlisle. Although it looks like Blasi does have cross shots. Blasi not taking any of those shots. He is all the way in the banana. If he were to take those shots, oh, here comes the push.
The push from Simple Tankers as they are going to try to see if they can aggress, because they did spot Blasi all the way in Tank Alley, and now is the word. Pug Whisper will lead the charge. Dodoma taking lots of damage. His survival ribbon is coming into play as he is going to stay alive for a very long time. Zakume trying to go in on Thorn, but Thorn has only taken ramming damage. Finally, Dodo drops, but after Simple Tankers is forced to use a lot of shots, and they are missing some key damage potential, as right now Rylak and Nekla are now in the fray.
And there goes Enderis as Rylak destroys him, but it looks like both Simple Tankers and Scurry Hard are regrouping. Zakume, supported by J Smooth and Ruthven Carlisle. Zakume takes a huge hit, and Thorn is just about reloaded. Harry is reloaded, putting out shots. Zakume down to 170.
Zakume did a nice wraparound shot on Thorn, but knows that he only has a few seconds. He does manage to absorb a shot into the treads, but not able to live through a Rylak shot. The HP advantage vastly in favor of Scurry Hard, not to mention that they are 2 tier 8s down, 17 and 34. And guess what? That means 17. It's greater than 8. It's greater than 16.
I'm glad you can count, Dan. And looks like the fight's actually evened up a little bit here.
Ooh, NECA caught on the clip. Oh, just kidding, he wasn't clipping. He was just trying to line up a good shot. Rylak will take out Ruthven, but it comes at the sake of Thorn's side. And now Rylak is trying to chase Jay Smooth.
Who is the only remaining tier 8.
Nothing really can be done here, though, Randall.
Very sad. It looks like red base is also being capped, so 25 seconds here. Jay Smooth trying his best, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, maybe it is.
Well, you know, I mean, in a hypothetical situation, maybe. We've seen big plays on Himmelsdorf in the IS-3, but he is not going to be able to do it as Blasi will get the final shot onto that remaining tier 8. Junior, the last guy alive, just sitting over there on the east side hill, forever alone, and Simple Tankers will drop game number 1 to Scurry Hard. We go to a commercial break. All right, let's go ahead and introduce our teams. On the top side, the blue team, Scurry Hard, donning 2 AMX 5100s and 2 IS-3s and T-69, the standard lineup. They are the north side blue team. In the south, we have Simple Tankers, the red team, with 3 5100s and 2 IS-3s. Clutch, what do we see in our opening team movement patterns?
Well, the north side might be taking Delta Village, but they're going around the TIE Fighter, which is in the top right-hand corner of the map. But for Simple Tankers, they've chosen the city route, and they're pushing hard into the courtyard. And their T1s are behind them to see if anyone's going to loop around the city side and try to get them on the flank. But that's not going to be the case, so we're going to see both teams on opposite sides of the map. Probably no spawning for the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Something funny to note is that Thorn in the T-69 actually went for a scout run. Oh, there's my mouse freaking out. It does it sometimes. It'll spin occasionally, but ignore it because he went for a scout run, active scout, and he went along the ridge in the middle and actually made a little loop, which is, it's just funny to see a medium tank T-69 do that. It's just, it doesn't have the greatest top speed. It felt a little bit risky because I can't see what Simple Tankers is doing. If they'd have been prepared for that kind of run from Thorn, it could have taken a little damage. And being such a tall tank in some respects.
I wasn't aware that Ruinberg had tornadoes, man. I was really glad those tanks are okay.
Yeah.
No wonder no one lives in this city anymore.
It's completely destroyed by tornadoes.
It's sunny, and yet there's tornadoes coming around.
Hey, that weather right before a tornado, just completely unpredictable.
Well, we'll see how Simple Tankers are able to weather the storm that they currently are in, as they are down 0-1, and they need to win this series. And again, if you're just tuning in, Simple Tankers is 4-2 in the entire league, but going 5-2 would make them a guaranteed lock for Vegas. Otherwise, if they don't, they risk having to go into the playoffs, where they might not even make the Vegas.
Yeah, it's risky there, right there, because these teams will have much more prep going into this. They have played all the way through their season, and now after facing the toughest teams, they will get to face other teams from different divisions. Who will they be facing? It looks like
River of Blood, they are also 4-3, so if Simple Tankle loses this, Simple Tankers, not Tankles, that's not a word. Simple Tankers loses and becomes 4-3, then River of Blood and Simple Tankers will have a tiebreaker to see who's third place. And if River of Blood wins that, Simple Tankers will have to play the other tiebreaker to see if they even go to Vegas. So they might, if they lose both of those series, then all of a sudden they're out. Don't even deal with that. Let's just win this series and just make sure you can guarantee it. That's what Simple Tankers is thinking. Meanwhile, Scurry Hard, they can just play the spoiler, saying, you know what? We can take out a good team and just throw them into a lot more games, see more battles, and have more evidence and things to gather, so that we can be prepared for them if we could play them in Vegas.
Well said.
Thank you, Reno. That's what I'm
trying to look at this game at the same time we're talking about this. I don't want to miss anything. Because these T1s, though, they're just not really moving up much. Some of Hail not doing much. Other T1s on the other side of the map.
We have a heavy, also going back to the K2 corner, the dreaded turtle K2 corner. It's a very, very defensive position over in the west. And we still haven't seen what Simple Tankers Simple plankers.
You are just missing this one. We've got cankers.
Why is it word so hard to say?
What else could you
I
miss?
want to
I'm gonna say like
clan.
simple canker swords.
I want to start
like,
a clan called Simple Plankers now.
Oh man, just go face down. Hold down, face down.
You
That'll be the name of my team.
balance togs on small objects.
We're simple plankers. We go hold down, face down.
All day, every day.
Sorry, so simple tankers, but I was trying to say, it seems like they're trying to do a little bit of both. They're trying to do a little bit signs of aggression, maybe also defensive. But I'm not sure, Randall. I'm actually going to throw these even the Clutch. Clutch, what do you even make of this entire thing? Have you ever seen something like this before?
Well, the way that Simp has spread out, I'm surprised that they have such like 3 of their heavy tanks all the way to the south. But now that they're moving in for the flag cap, they can push all the way to the east side from the center and actually get a good flank if Simple Tinkers decides to go all the way to the north side to counter the flag cap.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's definitely a probability. And now they're moving up over toward the 1-2 line a little bit more. And again, Scurry Hard still doesn't have much intel. They have a T1 in that A6, but that's a very common spot. They still are very cautiously using their T1. I want to say that squirrel tag, pushing along that 0 line. And if they get enough intel and say no one's here, then they have to be in west, and they have to also start getting into position in case there is that cap fast potential.
Although returning for that cap fast, gotta be. Here it is.
You have to be very wary of how you do it as well, because you're not sure if your opponent can get crossfire if you just go straight across the TIE-fired field. We see some teams just go completely up the 0 line and through the A row and try to bum rush through that little town on the north. But still, the timer has begun. They still have plenty of time. They realize, okay, only one person on the cap, nothing to completely freak out about. And Scurry Hard, they're going to go for a kind of a split approach.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got Blasi and NECA returning to base, going across the A line with T69 in tow. That is Thorn. Whilst it looks like Dodoma and Rylak will be going across the TIE Fighter so that they can proxy spot both the Zukume and Ruthven if they attempt to get onto the cap, although I believe it's just a T1 on cap for now.
And you're right. 2 T1s.
2.
In fact, it's getting chummy over there in that brick wall.
It looks like Blasi's getting ready for those shots. He is predicting where the T1s are, and he's inching out.
He does. Has to be kind of cautious as he will take a couple of shots, but he will reset the cap at least. Oh, just kidding. One of the T1s fell off the cap instead.
Blasi is taking huge hits, though, and he's down to 53 hit points. I believe that played straight into Simple Tanker's plan. They wanted someone to come out to try and shoot those T1s, trading a little bit of damage, but Blasi is incredibly low. One more solid hit from anyone he goes down. Even a T1 could take him down if he gets lucky.
Ooh, this is nice for Simple Tankers as well, as they do spot one of the T1s. That's Squirrel Tag, and Z-Slayer takes him out immediately. That shuts down more eyes and also potential counter cap. Meanwhile, we still have Rylak and Dodo trying to poke out and get some damage. Rylak takes a big shot as well, 404.
He does get tracked out, and he has to burn his kit for that one. He will not be able to repair anything like an ammo rack in the near future. Dodoma's going to attempt to peek out, and he smartly is going to begin reverse angling instead of revealing his side armor, which just pretty much negates the fantastic armor from an IS-3. This time, very proper angling.
And Dodo's going to take a nice hold down spot on one of the mounts over into that B5 building slot by his cap.
Yep. He does spot Junior here, and Junior looks like he wants to peek out, but he is stuck in one of the keyhole cubbies outside of Scurry Hard's base. Simple Tankers will not be able to pull out from here. They are stuck. They can't leave Junior behind.
I was just about to ask you that, Rand. I'll say, are they kind of too deep in the water to swim back to shore? And I think they are. A lot of shots. Who was that? Was that Junior? Poor Junior, man. Took a lot of damage already. And if you look at the HP advantage, sure, Blasi took a lot of damage, but it's not like a few members of...
taking a huge hit. Down to 106.
Oh, man, Anders does end up dropping as well. NECA able to land the shot. Zakume snipes Son of Hail. Just like that, no T1s for Scurry Hard. Only Jay Smooth is the only one alive as a T1.
Blasi is still at 53 hit points, doing a fantastic job of maintaining his tank, as everyone else, Thorn, having taken no hits, is moving into position. And it looks like the I3s from Scurry Hard are getting prepped to be flanked. Rylac was looking back towards south.
Oh, Z-Slayer from long distance connects with Blazzy's 5100.
Fantastic right there.
Very nice shot.
That is exactly what Simple Tankers needed, and that will give them the little check up there. 41 points to 32. That is a tier 8 advantage.
And they can play this out pretty slow for the last minute and 20 seconds. Simple Tankers
Dodoma pushing
advantage.
across.
Where's he pushing? Oh, I see him. He's spotted as well. Dodo trying to see if he can go in. Maybe snipe Pub Slayer. He proxy spouts him. He will get the kill. No, Rylac will. Dodo needs to get to safety. He will find his little cubby with Jay Smooth. Z-Slayer trying to poke in, but he doesn't have the cover from Blasi anymore. Over in A6 instead, he's going to rely on his teammates. A shot from Z-Slayer does not connect, as Dodo will kind of go in for a second shot and maybe weaken him enough for Scurry Hard to clean up here.
Dodoma's down to 300 hit points. Z-Slayer needs to make these connections.
I think he's reloading. Yeah, I think he's out. He had one more shot, and he only used it on Dodoma's there. And Z-Slayer with 29 hit points won't be able to escape. And Simple Tankers, even though they had the advantage, the momentum will swing the opposite way. Thorn has been pressuring this entire time. Zakume has cleaned up Rylac. So Simple Tankers isn't completely... Oh, no, they just lost their T1, the tier 8 advantage. I thought Jay Smooth would be able to get away. That would have been huge for Simple Tankers.
But there are 30 seconds left in the match. That means there are 30 seconds left for Simple Tankers to try and bring this back, as Zakume is going to cross in the open to go after Dodoma.
I don't think so.
Is all the way down to 52 hit points.
2 full health members from Scurry Hard. And as a result, oh, Neka saying, Dodo, you're not allowed to go.
Dodo wants to go.
You cannot cross the street. This is my battle. And Dodo says, I want to join in too, but it won't matter because the countdown has finished and Simple Tankers is down 8-24. Battle number 2 goes to Scurry Hard for a quick 2-0 victory. Welcome to Abbey in the south side. In the red, we have Simple Tankers, who is donning a Pershing. Am I right?
Yes, you are completely right. Simple Tankers.
They like bringing Pershings then.
They're bringing a Pershing, a T69, 2 5100s, and a 1390. A very mobile setup with some nice mixed and consistent fire. I think we may have seen this out of Simple Tankers the other day, and they may have tried a southwest strat on Abbey, but for Scurry Hard, we see 2 5100s and 3 T69s.
I remember that match because I was telestrating and saying that Simple Tankers did a great job setting up a Pershing. It was Jay Smooth who was playing that Pershing over in H1, and they kind of anticipated a high road push over in the west, and then they used someone like Enderis in the 1390 to kind of do loops and kills the T1s, but it's a different strategy this time around. Clutch, what do you make of the entire situation?
Well, that split they're going to have on the western road, the high road, the low road, is going to be defensive initially to see if Simple Tankers decided to push on that side of the map and go in. But Simple Tankers decided to go to the opposite side over on the east section, and I feel this is going to be a bit of an advantage for whoever spots who first.
Do you think this is a cat fest?
No way.
No,
because we've seen South Abbey attempts to cat fast.
Jay Smooth is spotted. He's going to take hits from Rylac, who is on the high road.
Oh, he lost his. Oh, he took his fuel tank. I saw some module damage over there, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. The guy was like freaking out. The commander's like, everything is damaged. Everything is damaged. I'm like, oh, calm down. Your treads are damaged, man. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. As Enderis on the other side of the match is nearing Son of Hail, and I bet Son of Hail's commander is panicking, saying, "Oh God, run!
We're dead for." Sometimes crews can be so overly dramatic.
Because they're always talking about the gunner buying farms. They should just pay him less.
Dude, that's definitely something to do. Wargaming, please. As we do have Son of Hail dropping to an Enderis shot, but that does spot out some other members as Blaz in the 5100 is on the high ground. Will back off a little bit, waiting for reinforcements. Don't want to have to engage necessarily without 3 of the other members of Scurry Hard, 2 T69s, as well as an AMX 5100.
Looks like Blaz is going to engage on Jay Smooth, but first shot is going to track. No damage being dealt there. Then the shot comes out as Junior is going to lead the charge onto Blasi, unloading into Kevin. Blasi misses another shot onto Junior.
And the 4th shot will hit from Junior, so Junior clips out and will be on the reload. He is tracked, but Jay Smooth is there to kind of screen. Junior's going to burn his kit immediately, either that or he repaired really fast. Meanwhile, the cap is still going on, 4 seconds, and now NECA is trying to go and rush it for the situation, but I don't think it's going to be in time. Blue base has been captured. Simple Tankers takes the game in a cap fast from South Abbey. We didn't think it was possible.
I didn't think it was possible.
begins. Want to give a quick shout out again to Creature, who's on one of our dedicated observers, as well as our production crew, who's doing a fantastic job. In the north side, the blue team, we have Scurry Hard, who has 2 5100s, 2 T32s, and a WZ-132. And over in Simple Tankers, we have a kind of a different lineup. What do we have?
We have 2 T32s, a 2 T69s, and a 1390. 4 Simple Tankers.
Different approach.
Yes.
For different folks.
And it looks like Mornblade, the newest player for Simple Tankers, will be joining us on his WGL account. Which,
nice.
Yes, that is, in case any of you are wondering about that little detail there. They had their recent changes to their rosters, and so we're able to bring slightly different players into these battles. Looks like us.
Jay Smooth took the first shot, but was not able to pen the T-32, as Rylak was able to dodge a potential first blood. Very nicely done overall.
In the north side of the map, Scurry Hard is trying to push their T1 Thorn, actually successfully now, up into a little cubby. He didn't actually need to push him up there. The T1 can get up there with a little running start, but every little push helps. Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt to help. I said it wouldn't help to hurt. And I said in this case it actually would.
Who was that yesterday that failed to push a 1390 up the hill? That was an amusing thing. Who was that? I gotta look back at that one.
Creature tells me it's Wreak Havoc.
Oh, that was funny yesterday.
That would be a very lol-tastic moment. We've had some pretty funny moments on mines.
Now we have
WGL.
Now we have 2 T32s hull down, fighting each other at the middle of this map. Jay Smooth trying to say, I'm a better.
You mean 4 T32s?
Well, 2 of them are squaring off. The other 2 really haven't been doing all that much yet. It's been Dodoma and Jay Smooth, the 2 of them bouncing off of each other's turrets or missing shots altogether. They can defeat each other in hull down. I'd be loading HE right now, but trying to defeat my enemy's gun, and then after that, they may have burned their kit. Continue to abuse that.
T-32s also have a plenty of ammo as well, compared to something like the the IS-3 has like 23 shots, but the T-32 has what 40, 46. So it's a lot more.
Yeah, the amount of ammunition that most heavy tanks carry in professional play is almost a non-factor. So you can bring plenty of HE shells. Look at how many shots most tanks fire. 11 breaking 10 shots in a single round is incredibly high for most tanks. So aside from the T69,
I guess maybe I'm just a hoarder because I'm like, man, only 20 shots. I gotta make these count.
Yeah.
But we'll see if the first shots can count for either team, as neither player has been able to really scratch each other's surface just yet. Meanwhile, we do have one of the lights wrapped around on the hill. I want to say it's the WZ-132.
That you are dead correct. We missed it, actually.
Blasi got pushed up the hill,
He did, in the proper position this time. And that is over in Delta 7. He got pushed up there, and now he's sitting on top. And guess what? I don't think Simple Tankers has spotted him at all. So if they can take advantage of that by not revealing Blasi until the absolute right moment, they can capitalize on this.
What gun does Blasi have on the 132?
It's fuzzy, so
it's fuzzy.
The
it's the 85. That's right.
Yeah.
The 100 kind of has like this cutoff point where
it's very smooth.
Hashtag no muzzle.
Yeah, it's very different, and it doesn't disperse the gases after firing in the same way.
Now Blasi has been spotted. You can go up on this small little ledge that Clutch is demonstrating for us right now. Clutch, what do you make of this whole situation? Do you like Simple Tanker's position? Do you like Scurry Hard spot?
I'm going to say I like Scurry Hard spot because they have the high ground, but Simple Tankers can take advantage of that if they're able to swing around to the other side of the hill, get a couple hits in the back of NECA and Son of Hail, and then move back, because Blasi will be expecting to hit him from the top, and if they move themselves back a little bit farther from the hill to get that gun elevation, then you get a couple shots on Blasi. But because we have our information and they don't, we are in the dramatic irony sense. So if they didn't have the information we have, I'm sure that's what they would be doing right now.
Well, one thing that is pertinent information is that Enderis over in the island on H2 was able to take out Squirrel Tag over into the lighthouse. So that will shut down one path of Scurry Hard's vision, and that's very helpful.
That is huge. They have a T1, and it hasn't been spotted yet, but that is Thorn hiding in next to Dodoma. I'll go switch to that right quick. He's just sitting there in the backfield. He's not actually gaining any vision. He'd be proxy spotting the hill if Simple Tankers had control of the hill, but since Blasi up there, Thorn is redundant at this point. And
he's jostling around, so I think he might be thinking of rotating around soon, because just like you said, his view range is kind of moot because they know everything already. Although Blasi is getting spotted, and he does manage to peek out and see a couple more members from Simple Tankers. We've seen big pushes before from teams like Fulcrum as they do send forward to the hill, usually even one to flank. But in this scenario, Anders is all the way farther back, and Simple Tankers is charging forward.
Because I guess for some reason they have an indication that Son of Hail and NECA may be out of position, and they were. Son of Hail and NECA are just now getting into position, as we see Simple Tankers is just going to take the hill. I think from here...
Blasi's going to fall down the hill, but Anders is waiting for him, and he's been game ran for the flank, and Anders will finish off Blasi. Simple Tankers starts off the game with a lead at 4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
But Mournblade is going to go down in return, evening it up 33 to 34, and the return push from Scurry Hard comes in. NECA's gunner gets damaged. This is going to hurt his ability to deal damage. However, he still managed to land a hit. Fantastic.
Jerry Smooth needs to get out of there, but he can't in time, as Son of Hail will finish it off. Don't know how much the clips, I haven't been able to keep track. Pub Whisper is going to shoot, but he has been able to get the track as well. Pub Whisper with only 22 health left, and it won't matter as NECA will get the kill. And Scurry Hard is the one with all of a sudden the tier point advantage, 33 to 18.
Oh, just the push went so well, but so unluckily for Scurry Hard, their 5100s were able to return and hide highly mobile tanks. Very good job out of Son of Hail and his battle buddy NECA. And the T-32's got to compliment them too. Dodoma and Rylak managed to not die. I was expecting them to just lose it right there when that engagement started.
Me too. I really thought that Simple Tankers will be able to push to advantage, considering Anders got the good flank. But now we have a situation where Simple Tankers is going to have to use their T1s in the best position possible, as Z-Slayer and Ruthven have, not both of them, but one of them has been spotted over into the B5 area, and Scurry Hard might kind of wrap around and try to see if they can get a good shot on stop any kind of cap attempt. Although Junior trying to get into a good spot where he can empty his clip, but even then, he has to be able to take out at least one of these people and land all his shots, but he does it. He fires and he misses, and he's gonna have to run away from this position.
As Dodoma does land a solid hit, there's Son of Hail getting the kill. And Darius is the only one left, as he is going to begin unloading into Rylak, who is down to 70 hit points.
Will even matter even if he takes out this T-32. Dodoma now getting into a good position. The T1's trying to be heroes and to take out as much hit points as possible on Son of Hail, but it won't matter because Z-Slayer and Darius are the only two members live for Simple Tankers. Scurry Hard in prime position to take the series and end their WGL regular season 6-1. They have punched their ticket to Vegas a while ago, but with this in mind, and they have made the path for Simple Tankers that much harder to get to Vegas, because Simple Tankers, after this series, they're going to have to play River of Blood, and if they lose that series, they're going to have to play another tiebreaker. Something has to happen on Simple Tankers' side for tomorrow if they want to come to Vegas.
Well, I have to say good luck to them tomorrow, and congratulations to Scurry Hard securing their position and increasing their now pretty fantastic standings. They're going to be 6-1, which will give them a very strong seeding. They will not have to fight.
They won't have to fight Fulcrum or Simp, I believe.
Yeah,
who are the winners of their respective divisions, and maybe they can meet them in the semis.
Yeah, which will mean they can get farther without having to deal with that pressure of such an amazing team knocking them out. They will get to fight.
Naturally.
Yes. And with the way they've been performing, I expect them to go rather far, probably facing one of those two top teams.
Couldn't agree more, Rando. Scurry Hard will take the series 3-1.